What's up, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Time on the Water. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for popping in. In this episode, we ran into a really good friend of ours at PCS, and he was humbled enough to give us a rundown of techniques, baits, and styles of fishing that he likes for those special fish that we like to fish, spotted bay bass. I'm just gonna stop talking. I want you guys to go check out the video, watch it through. You'll learn a lot. It won't disappoint. I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Peace.
We ran into Nick Aarons.
What up?
And we're always stoked to run into you, by the way. Today is a special day because Nick is going to run us through some spotty baits, spotty techniques.
Ooh.
But we actually just not going to talk about it. He's going to show us.
Oh, yes.
Right?
We're here at Performance Tackle, Saturday, the PCS show. We're going to look around and see what they brought, which is ironically some of my favorite stuff. And maybe I'll nerd out a little bit with you guys. So let's take.
For sure. Let's go.
We're going. So it's funny, like, I'm like a big fan. I'm not the most finessey guy on the planet, and this is a free plug too, if you would say, but Bass Tricks really is one of the better drop shot baits you can get for spotties. Like, they're more durable than a lot of stuff on the market, other than like fishing like a full-size fluke, you know? But like, I personally love these for like 12-pound test, a little power shot, you know, maybe like a half-ounce, 3/4-ounce drop shot weight. And you flip this bad boy on pilings, back at docks. For some reason, though, I love these personally. These like I think it's a 4-inch. Love these though, personally. So like, it's a good finesse bait, especially in the cleaner water in the winter. Very excited on this stuff. You can also rig it with like a little Ned head or something, you know, something cute, something like this, or like this. Flick that thing on the bottom. Real boring.
Real boring fishing.
Yep. And then if you have followed me anytime in the last 5 years, the Demiki Axe Blade, as everyone's obviously seen before. This bait gets a weird rap. As good as it works for me, I know a lot of people that don't like this bait, and I know it's because of the bottom hook. And I know that trips people up for slow rolling, right?
It's like a confidence thing, right?
Yeah. But simple trick, everybody. Fish braid and fish 15 to 20 pound mono. You'll get a little bit more float, and when you're winding, that mono will lift the bait off the bottom a hair. So if you went away from this bait because of that reason, try a mono leader. Don't do a fluoro leader. Give that a shot and see if maybe give it another shot though. But that helped me a long time ago. I fish fluoro now because I am on a boat. I have a little more control. But shore fishing though, I would say, make sure you have maybe a short mono leader just to give yourself a little bit more float so the hook doesn't drag on the bottom.
Is there a specific rod you're throwing it on?
Yeah, medium heavy, with like a mod fast or just straight fast is fine. Anything above fast or like that's too heavy, you're gonna pull the hook or you're gonna bend those hooks out, so don't overdo it. Definitely a big tip for everybody. Let's see. Flashy spinners, these little sudden impacts are pretty sick. I've been liking these a lot. These are pretty simple and gummy. These are dope. For spotties, I like the 5. There we go. These are dope if you're ever fishing shallow grass. Little 5/0, little flashy swimmer. This is the 1/4 ounce. If you can get it in 3/8, more ideal. Fish it on straight fluoro. Have a good time. Pretend like you're calico fishing, but through grass. I'm not a big lead head guy, but these are pretty dope. These Viking heads that Nick from Casting Frank makes. Oh, these. Oh, you can't forget Daniel. Free plug for Daniel.
Yeah. Let's do it. Which one? This one?
These slugs are sick.
Don't be afraid to drop shot bigger flukes. As much as I love that Bass Tricks shorter one, don't be afraid to drop shot stuff like this. You'd be surprised how often you'll get short bit, but man, these bigger flukes just draw bigger bites though. So like if we ever need a bigger bite, this is really a great tool. And I just usually single hook it with just like with a heavier weight. That's it.
What kind of fluke is that?
I don't know. It's a sudden impact, I think. Yeah, but they make some sick colors though. Back like I remember when I was first fishing flukes, there wasn't a lot of good colors, but I like that sudden impact is changing that game up a little bit and making some like actual like sick colored flukes now. Same thing with Daniel too. Like Daniel's making these slugs that I would still consider flukes, but don't be afraid to drop shot stuff like this, you know? Like this stuff works fish slow, even at the size that it's at. And I think Charlie and all these boys, they have no problem fishing this size bait, where back in the day I would have laughed at this as a spotty bait, bro. I'm not even kidding you. Pretty dope though, so that's pretty sick. You want to catch a spotty on a bluefin, like 300 grams? Let's try it. Let's just try it and see what happens. No, I'm good. But yeah, that's basically, I mean, that's a short version. Hopefully like some of those tips helped you guys out, you know, basic stuff. Maybe the axe blade one's probably the most, probably the best advice I can give you, because I know that bait has a higher variance of people hating it or loving it. I love it. So, but it takes time to figure out how to fish it though.
You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, that's just like leadhead fishing though, right? Like some people hate dragging leadheads, some people like crankbait better.
I love dragging leadheads.
Nick, you're the crankbait guy.
I know. Oh yeah, we don't have any available.
Nick got us on this like crankbait fever. We went out one night and he was getting on crankbait fish.
Yeah. Well, remember, like you guys, that's what we were just talking about with the axe blade, right? Like you guys were strictly slow rolling plastics, right? Like anything outside of that seemed probably weird at the time, right? Yeah. So that's why it's like you should always be open to try new stuff, because everything essentially works, but what works for you is the stuff you got to figure out. And so,
that's really good advice, man. Nick,
everything basically works though, let's be honest.
Thank you. Yep, it does. It does. You just got to go out there and throw it, you know, spend some time on the water.
Experiment. That's the fun of the sport. Don't get caught fishing the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, get out of the comfort zone.
Yes.
You know. But Nick, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Good
Thanks for dropping some knowledge. We appreciate you, man.